Hey, what's up, Kazuha? Good to see you, man. How you doing?
World remains constant over the century.
How's life these days? Only streamed once last week. Not really anything to do, like the usual. Last like one-ish week before a version update. Kind of dull. Nothing really to do.
Just then,
Hey, what's up, Cat? Yo, long time no see, man. How are you? Unless if you're a different cat, then what's up? So, how are you guys? Yeah, how are you guys feeling about 4.4? I'm kind of excited, but I'm not. I'm excited, like it's the biggest thing I'm the most excited for is really the Nahida rerun. The Nahida rerun and that one of the quality of life updates where they're adding full screen windowed border. No, it's not full screen. Windowed borderless. Finally, I'm pretty excited about that. I'm the one and only cat. All right. Well, hey, good to see you again, man. I mean, except the rewards 4.4 update is nice. His me is going for Nahida. Nomad Loaf. Hey, what's up, Unrevealed? How you doing, man? Yeah, of course, 4.3. Or sorry, 4.4. At least, this year, right? Just so happens to be Lantern, right? So yeah, a lot of rewards. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be enough for a lot of the player base, especially the Chinese players. If you
no touching.
I don't know if you guys have been following
Access
the
denied.
drama. I guess it's kind of hard to follow the drama when there's drama all the time. Guess that's what you get with the Genshin community. Genshin screwed up. 3 fates for 3 years. No, I mean, I'm not gonna defend Hoyo, but I'm also not gonna throw them under the bus, just because of it. And I feel the same exact way as how everybody feels. Like 3 pulls for 3 years. Like I get that they were going for like symbolism. It's a very Chinese thing to do, right? I get that they were going for like symbolism or something or whatever. Um, but man, they could have. I don't know. I don't mind that they would have just given us 3 fates, but if they had just kept their mouths shut, right? If they just kept their mouths shut and just didn't say anything about it and just sent it in the mail, people would have been like, "Oh, what's this?" And then reads the email saying, "Oh, well, I mean, it's just 3. Well, that's okay, I guess." They didn't say anything about that, right? Like it would just be a surprise. I'm sure a lot of the community is still gonna say the same thing that they're saying now, but it's not gonna be as bad as it is because people are gonna a lot of the players who are currently um molding over it, a lot of them are also going to go like, well, they didn't really say anything about it, but hey, they give us, something free. Yeah, if they just, just didn't say anything about it, I think it would have been a lot better. There's any 4.4 live stream codes yet? Kazuo, were you not here for, was that last week's stream? I don't remember. Yeah, I streamed during the 4.4 special program.
Stabilize.
Yeah, 4.4 is releasing in 2 days, my dude. The special program was, it came and went.
Here comes the
The special program's long gone, my friend. Yeah, they only last for like 12 hours or something.
Ray outlines her.
12 or 24 hours, something like that.
Witness the power of Kagura. Gotcha. Yours are about to get dicey.
Oh, come on. What? Oh, okay. It didn't crit. And I think they didn't vape either. I thought I wasn't gonna get that. That would have been awful. Okay, well, it's fine. We got it in the end. I think Yelan / Xingqiu's bursts got it in the end. Oh, hey, what's up, Thriller? How you doing, man? I was going to sleep. Bad timing. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, I honestly I could have started streaming like, I don't know, 3, maybe 4. Yeah, 4 hours ago. But life happens. Had a ton of work to do. I actually just literally finished. But the way people, let's say, why does Honkai Star Rail get good stuff but Genshin doesn't? Like, bro, do not compare games by the same creators. Well, yeah. So that is another thing that is certainly tipping the scales right now, against Hoyo. Is because they literally have a different game that is also, like, at least monetization wise, a gacha game. Right? Like, gameplay very different, but monetization gacha, same exact type of monetization. And it's just, Honkai Star Rail is literally the game that Hoyo released right after Genshin Impact. Right? Like, no other game in between. So they're very close sibling games. So it's very hard not to compare them. Especially because they have the same exact monetization. Despite having different gameplay, yes. But they have the same exact monetization. And they have the same exact sort of update, what's it called? Pattern. Right? Like, they have, Hoyo's been doing that kind of update pattern where you get version update with a special program like right before the version update, and then in a special program they give out like free currency. They tell us like what banners are coming, new characters, what reruns, what else, like events and stuff. Yeah, right. Like, and then like the events are also, I don't know, I don't play Star Rail, but I'm just assuming that they do the same exact thing on Star Rail because the formula has been working for them for a really long time now. I'm not sure if they've done this in Honkai Impact before Genshin, but I know that they did it in Genshin, and then they slowly learned to like time gate the events and like a lot of their content, And then here we are with the current formula of Genshin Impact updates. So it's very hard not to compare because despite having different gameplay, they're essentially a mirror copy of each other. And like with one difference. No, two differences. The number one, the difference, gameplay, obviously. Number two, the one of them is a lot more generous than the other. So yeah, it's very hard to. I mean, like people like us, right? People like us, we sort of think a little bit more than like other players. At least I hope we do. I'm not saying we're smarter than them. I'm just saying that at least like in my case, I don't immediately run off with my emotions. I want to think because while I've never been I've never had a successful business myself, but I have sort of done a similar kind of work, and well, I tried to at least. So I sort of get it, right? Like from the business's perspective, but at the same time, I can't. Like nobody can deny, they really did screw themselves up, man. Both Honkais are managed by different Mihoyos, like leaders. Oh yeah, I heard about that. I heard about that from was it Mujin? Mujin, I believe. Yeah. That apparently, so obviously, Dawe isn't making every little decision for all the games that they have, right? Dawe sort of just is. He's the CEO of Hoyo, and he sort of like decides the general direction of where this giant ship, like $3-4 billion ship that they have, heads in, and then makes final decisions on really large decisions. And all the little details are sort of handled by, the people that are left in charge of each game. And of course, within each game, there are like leaders, supervisors, managers, especially when it comes down to like the technical stuff, like all the different teams that work on it. But ultimately, it's not Dawe that makes every little decision for every game that they have. And obviously, these different people that are in charge have different visions. They have a different vision for the kind of game that they want, like whatever game they're in charge in, to be. Honkai Impact, Genshin, and HSR are like siblings. Honkai Impact, the oldest, just a trial run. Genshin is the middle child, neglected, HSR favorite. I mean, like Genshin is the neglected but most successful child, and like no matter how hard they try, they just never get the appreciation from their parents. Like they never get the approval from their parents, and then like the youngest one just gets all the love, gets all the attention, gets all the gifts in Christmas. That is absolutely funny. Yeah, exactly. Middle child gets less stuff than oldest and youngest. That is absolutely true. Yeah. That is. I mean, it's kind of funny to compare to siblings. Obviously, we're kidding, right? And obviously, these are games, and a lot of these decisions that they make are based on finances as well as artistic direction. Sorry, not direction, but artistic decisions. We get the leftovers. Average Asian house. Yeah. Unfortunately, no matter how successful Genshin becomes, because it is like the unloved child the neglected child that no matter how hard they try, no matter how successful they become, like they will just never get parents' approval. The parents like silent nod of approval.
Stabilize.
Let me leave you a weapon. Busted. Here comes the cash.
That reminds me of the first anniversary incident. I mean, it is as bad as that. It really is as bad as that because, so, it is very much the same as that actually. So like, now that I think about it, yeah, because like, think about it. First anniversary. Now, Hoyo didn't say anything, right? Like, it wasn't. They didn't let make the people expect something, right? It was mainly the creators, right? The content creators, and that fan-made, like really well fan-made, really well-made fan-made piece of art. That was essentially, it looked like one of those one of these like PNGs or JPEGs that Hoyo like puts together into one image that includes like most of the major stuff in an update, like skins coming, events, etc., banners, right? Like you know how like Hoyo does that, like they make a PNG like that, but then this one was just like from the first anniversary, it was just vertical and it looked really legit. It like I honestly, you know, I sort of believed it, and then it was like, wait, what? They've never done that before. I don't really think Hoyo, at least you know Genshin, would do something like this. I mean, like this looks legit. I guess, yeah, sure. And then like the next day, I saw somebody, a creator, upload a video talking about it, saying that it's fan made. It's fan made, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not too surprised, but it's kind of a bummer that I actually kind of believed it for a bit there. But then, so, and I know that it wasn't Hoyo saying, leading people to expect something back then, but it was mostly the community, the Giga Chad fan that made that really well made fan made art of like, you know, us getting like a 5-star selector or something, and the Genshin Impact content creators. I don't know about the Chinese creators, but it was like, man, the international content creators especially back then, right? Especially back then, everybody was just so hyped, so excited. There was a lot of content to be made all the time, and everybody was just jumping on every little piece of news as if it was true. And at that time, the types of content that the Genshin Impact community creators were making at the time were still sort of all over the place. Like some people were making very the word I'm looking for, very transparent content. Their thumbnail, their titles say exactly what's in the video, and there were also creators who were, well, you know, like clickbaiting and essentially just lying in their thumbnails and titles, and just like as soon as the video starts, you just get like, you clicked on the video, didn't ya? Made you click, didn't I? And so yeah, and that includes creators making videos despite not even confirming whether a piece of fan-made art is legit from Hoyo, is official news or not, saying we don't have confirmation yet, but this looks legit, yo. This looks legit, guys, so you better get ready. And then starts talking about which 5-star to select in the end. And then like right you know, like essentially just
burn to oblivion.
Plausible deniability, right? Like immediately says it's not confirmed, but this looks legit, guys, and then start again, like I said, starts talking about which 5-star you should select. if it ever does become true.
Kneel!
And then that drives up so much talk in the community and so much excitement. And then like it's confirmed, oh, it's fan made.
Reality?
Oh, it's not real. Oh, Hoyo's not giving us a 5-star. Right? It set expectations and the expectations weren't met.
Cruel world.
And now this time, slight difference.
Born of ice and fire.
Hoyo set expectations this time. And even though because they're the ones that actually said it, it's actually going to happen, but certain expectations were not met.
Not possible.
In this case, it was the amount of stuff that people expected.
Let's wait for you to look.
Let's light it up.
I was destined for more.
This time, expectations were at its lowest, and they still fumbled. Yeah, okay, that definitely though. Again, like I said, I am not gonna throw them under. I'm not gonna throw Hoyo under the bus, but I'm certainly not gonna defend them either, because like expectations have not been high for a very long time with Genshin. Especially when it comes to like events and rewards and like stuff like that, right? Especially after first anniversary, when we realized, oh, Genshin's not that generous. Oh, Genshin's not the kind of game that is anywhere close to as generous as most other gacha games. They're sort of like the Apple of the gacha gaming. No, yeah, of the gacha gaming industry. They're like the Apple. They're like the premium option that has no competition, and because they have no competition, they don't see any reason to include even a screen protector on their iPhones. Like even just not even a tempered glass, right? Like even just a plastic one. Like no, zero, nothing, no case, no, not even like a cheap, not even like a cheap, low quality pair of wired earphones, because they're, no charger anymore, no power brick. Do they even include a wire anymore in their, like when you buy an iPhone now? I don't think they even include a wire anymore. Right? The Genshin is like the Apple of the gacha gaming scene. They have no competition, so they can see fit however they want to. They can see fit however they feel like, whatever they want to do with their game, because there's no competition.
Oh, good.
The whole charger and cable doesn't
Just
come.
thinking
Yeah.
the silk flowers
Right?
that they
Right,
use
like,
over
and
field needed watering. The
so
transport coordinators will probably
Braxophone, I haven't watched a Braxophone video in like quite a long time. I've watched some of his shorts of him just like simping on some Star Rail characters. It's pretty hilarious. But
knowing about the mud.
I haven't seen like a video, not a short, but like a long form video from him in a while. And so today I saw him upload a video talking about the Genshin, the 4.4 rewards drama. And
Did you know that the sound of thunder is the...
Get with me.
man, I forgot what it was. Oh no, this is terrible. I forgot what my point was for talking about this. This sucks. Hang on. Let me see. Maybe I could pull it back. I was thinking about like one of the things that he said in the video, and like I just distracted myself somehow. and I don't remember what point. Hang on. Maybe I can. I'll pull up the video, and I'm not gonna put it up on screen. You guys should go watch it on his channel, Braxophone. I don't know if you guys still watch him. I'm just gonna skim through it. The audio that is coming. Oh god. Well, at the very least, he bleeped out this stuff. But hopefully, I don't get copyright stuff. I was just gonna skim through it. He made a lot of good points in his video. Come on, just waiting for the ad to skip. Man, how do you guys feel about like the new like ad heavy YouTube that we've been getting recently, guys? I don't want to watch a lot of Genshin stuff anymore, except if I'm bored. I'm looking through a guide. Yeah, I mean, like I don't even watch a lot of Genshin stuff anymore. Like a lot of my favorite creators don't even make Genshin videos anymore. At least not very regularly. They make one like every few months, and then I watch it, and I'm like, okay. And then I just go back to Economics Explained. This is a YouTube channel, by the way. Economics Explained. And then like I watch like some StarCraft Boudoir casters casting different StarCraft games. I've been watching a lot of StarCraft again lately. Okay, ads finished.
Cool stuff because it's Chinese New Year. We should celebrate it.
Again, guys, I'm not gonna put the video up on screen. I'm just skimming through it because I'm looking for the point that I wanted to make by bringing up his video. Go watch it on his channel. He makes a lot of good points. If ever, if you're interested at all in like getting other people's perspectives and opinions about the 4.4 rewards drama thing. I think my YouTube's broken. What's wrong with it? Spent all month saving for Gaming.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. There's 3. That looks pretty good, right? Up a little bit. Great, I'm happy for you. But I think a lot of players are dissatisfied. Things specifically that sort of aggravated even the C as actually in player base pushing back. But here's what happened. Basically, here's the. Essentially, people are upset. You guys, so please involved. Think of a guaranteed 5-star. Like maybe if we get to the 180th, massive. Like we've been playing Genshin Impact since it's really that they gave us a free limited fight. You heckin' meta slaves, you and eating dirt and shit. Care if in the face. Well, L plus doctor ratio or whatever. Some people making decisions, but Dawei is back third and Honkai. Completely debunked. You're getting way more pulls every patch, and Star Characters isn't they want it to be, and it appears Kai doesn't want it to be the way that of the how many people.
Man, I don't think I'm gonna find what I'm looking for.
A lot of people have been saying with the game, if you Genshin, it can be the difference between someone getting like a shit ton of to keep playing for so long because they love the game and they just want to keep playing the game so much, and they've been getting by in the space that game, right? Like as well of to listen to us, especially with.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna play that audio any longer than I already have. I don't think I'm gonna find what I was looking for, man. I hate, I hate this like the part of me that does stuff like this where I have a really good point that I was leading up to and like building up to it halfway through. Completely forget the main point of it. Like, all right, well, I mean, we have this half-finished building. We're not exactly sure what kind of building we wanted to make in the first place, but well, what do we do with this half-finished building now? Living Crate Primos? Hey, nice. I don't see a lot of players, honestly, I don't see a lot of players being able to save up to that much. Really, I mean, like, I save up for up to that much and more because, you know, I'm me and I'm like, you guys know me. Like, I could actually rename my YouTube channel to like IRL treasure hoarder, and I think everybody would just be like, sounds appropriate. and like changing my profile picture, changing my channel name to IRL treasure hoarder, and people would probably know who it is. People wouldn't be lost at all at who this is. Can't wait for the event. Nice, nice. You're looking forward to Gaming. I mean, like, you know, everybody can sort of at least has a way to guarantee at least one copy of Gaming, right? Because it's Lantern Night, which means we get the Liyue 4-star selector thing. Unless if you want some other 4 stars from the 4-star selector. But yeah, if you are, you know, like the 4.4 first half banners look pretty good. The 4 stars aren't, you know, yeah, sure. 4 stars aren't that great, but like at the very least the 5 stars are great. So it's not too bad of a banner to drop a couple of wishes on. You know, I'm not I may not be happy with Hoyo's like decision
Thank you for
with the whole like 3-year anniversary reward thing. I mean, it's not even like anniversary yet. It's just Lantern, right? They just decided to throw us a bone. I'm not happy about like, you know, how little it is. And the fact that they say like, you know, for your undying loyalty or whatever the wording they used was, here's 3 bones. I mean, there's no meat on it, but hey, here's some, 3 little wish bones. Yeah, you could chew on that. There you go. All right, thank you for your loyalty. I'm not happy about it, but at the same time, I'm not too disappointed because like I mean, it's not that I didn't expect them to give anything, but it's like it's like the other way around. I expected them to not give anything more than like the usual stuff. So I'm not that disappointed. I am, yeah, like I feel like Hoyo is just doing what it usually does. And I'm like more so disappointed in just like the type of players that play Genshin. And like I understand they are like the angrier you are, that means the more passionate you are with something, right? Because you've been playing this game for so long and you keep playing it because you just love the game. And you want it to be better. But time and time again, like even though your expectations were so low, they somehow managed to disappoint you still. And I understand like how frustrating that can be. I mean, I guess now that I think about it a little bit more, I'm a little bit less disappointed with like the player base, but at the very least this time, I don't know. I don't know if people are like review bombing other apps again, just like they did in the first anniversary. If they are, then like yeah, I am like totally really disappointed with the player base. I hope I hope the players haven't done that this time. At the very least, this time they're sort of they're sort of protesting and like complaining in the right places, right? Like they're unfollowing a lot of a lot of the Genshin social media accounts, especially Douyin, the most prevalent one, like lost 3 million followers in a day, and it's still going down. Right? At the very least, like they're doing it where it doesn't hurt financially, but at least like it hurts the image that they're sort of trying to craft for Genshin. Now, overall, I think a lot of these players are still going to buy Primo Gems, buy Genesis Crystals when Xianyun comes out. And they're gonna buy some more Genesis Crystals when they run out of Genesis Crystals or Primo Gems to get some Nahida constellations or their first Nahida copy. Or they decide, oh, I want to go for Xianyun's and Nahida's weapon. And a lot of these players that are currently complaining are probably going to still spend money, and that is certainly not the right way to protest behavior that you don't like from the people in charge of something that you love. But I also understand that there's just no other option, right? Like, it's like, again, it's like with Apple. No matter how bad Apple messes up certain like little things about the iPhone and all their different products, like that $1,000 wheel attachment to the Mac Pro, I believe it was the Mac Pro a few years ago. Like, no matter how badly Apple screws up, if the software you mainly use is like Apple software, which is only available on Apple hardware, then you got no choice. You're gonna keep doing it. You're gonna keep complaining about it. But the fact is that if you protest in the right way, which is to stop giving them your money, you're the one who's sort of losing out in the end. Unless if like you do the same thing like as a collective, but like financially, right? Like you all like boycott like spending Primo Gems, or sorry, buying Genesis Crystals. Because that's really the bottom line. That's like Hoyo's endgame. Their endgame is the bottom line on the balance sheets. I think I finished. Oh, almost forgot. Gotta go buy my teapot stuff. I found a new game to spend my money on. Oh yeah, you've been
This realm is
lying low quite a bit recently from Genshin, haven't you, Shinrin? What game have you been yeah, what game is that? This live stream became from just hype for 4.4, just talking about the drama. I mean, yeah, like I am hyped for like I said, the all right. Now I sound excited and I really am. But like it's just kind of sad to think about the thing that I'm most excited for about 4.4 is a single quality of life update, which is just adding borderless window mode. And like I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, because like the way I see it, it's like mostly like it's not even a bad thing. It's like it's just sad. It's just sad, honestly. It's sad that the one thing I'm most excited for is just a minor quality of life update. Like I'm not I am excited for everything else, but like I'm most excited for just a minor quality of life update, which is just windowed borderless, which by the way comes at least like with most other games, whether it's on release, whether it's a AAA game from a large studio or an indie game made by like two people in like from a Kickstarter or something. Just I am happy that they're finally doing quality of life updates. But at the same time, I mean the loadout thing, man. The loadout thing, they're certainly trying their hardest to follow the Apple formula and like giving people what they want a few years after they start wanting it. Like I don't know, like, and it's generations after everybody else has already implemented it, because they're going to implement it the Apple way, or in this case, the Genshin way.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
What's with the loadout? I'm so confused. So, Genshin is, they're finally going to introduce a loadout system where you could have like so the idea of a loadout, right? Like that already exists in like many other games, right? Many other games where you have a select a sort of template, I guess. Yeah, a sort of template or like a little like game file or something, whatever, however the game decides to implement it into the game, where you can save specific equipment that you sort of put together on a certain character, and then all you need to do is like 1 or 2 or 3 clicks, and then all the specific equipment that you selected immediately get put onto whatever character. But then like Hoyo is, well, they're doing it the Apple way. They're doing it the Genshin way, and they're not giving us like just a normal loadout where we select the exact artifacts that we want, and then when in one click immediately equip that onto a certain character. Instead, they're just letting us choose categories or like stats. They let us choose the main stat and the substats and the artifact sets. And then that's it. Like you can't select exactly which artifacts you can put on a character. So like in my case, for example, okay, let's get on my Raiden Shogun, right? So obviously my Raiden Shogun is on Fort Emblem, and obviously I have a lot of emblem pieces because I farmed that domain like a madman. And I want energy recharge, right? I of course I want crit rate and crit damage, but then I go into my artifacts, and I have all right, I guess I only have one. I have, let's see, I have multiple ones that have energy recharge main stats, right? But what if I specifically prefer to have this one because I'm thinking, oh, this is supposed to go on another character, right? And like the other category that they allowed us to select was whether to equip items that are already equipped on other characters or not. And what if with the sands, I don't want to take this one. Sorry, let's switch it up. Like, I don't want to take this one because I know this goes on Beto. I specifically want to take this one. But then like in the with the goblet, let's say, I don't know, let's say the circlet, right? This one has more crit damage, but this one goes to Xianyun. Let's say I want to no. Let's say on like the other pieces, I don't want it to take. I want it to take already equipped stuff that's equipped on other characters. Because I'm thinking, oh, this has more crit damage. I want to take this one from Shangling, but on this one, I don't want to take this one from Beidou, right? So like, how's it's so they tried to make it unique, but it just sucks. It's stupid and annoying, and like, I'm sure some players are gonna use it, but then like, when they go into their stats, when they go look at their stats, they're gonna see like their stats are gonna be like way out of whack. They're gonna see like 89 crit rate, and then 100 crit damage, or the other way around. They're gonna see like 40 crit rate and then 190 crit damage, because they can't select exactly which artifacts they want that they know go together, that give them the exact stats that they want. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know what they were trying to do. I don't know if they were trying to innovate or something. I mean, it's not a tech company; it's a game company. Right? It's not a tech company; it's a game company. So I'm not sure why, like, they were trying to fix something that wasn't broken, that everybody knows already works. I'm just switching accounts, by the way, guys. Be right back. Right, like, everybody already knows it works, so I don't know. I don't know why they would decide. You know what? Loadouts, right? Like, everybody already has them. I'm gonna make it better. And then just completely mess it up. I gave up on artifacts. I thought I heard of a real bird. That was the like Raiden Shogun idol animation thing. But yeah. By the way, are you pulling for anyone? I am. On my main account, I'm definitely going for Xianyun, because my Diluc on the main account is actually built pretty decently built. Pretty decently high constellation. I think he's C3 on the main account, or C4. I'm not sure. And I really like Diluc's playstyle. I don't know why. I guess it's the Unga Bunga, and like the simplicity of it is really I really like it. And I just haven't been able to use him in a long time, just because his numbers just aren't good enough, and I'm not good enough to play well enough to make him viable despite his non-viable numbers. Right, I'm talking about like doing something like dragon striking, right? Because like if I was good enough and I could actually dragon strike consistently and reliably, then I would not have stopped using the look, because like I still would have been able to make him viable in endgame even until now. But because I'm not good enough at the game to do something like that, then I had to stop using him. And with Xianyun, I don't need to do dragon striking. I don't need to dragon strike anymore to make him viable. Dragon striking, which again I'm not capable of, at least not consistently. Right? Like Xianyun just enables it straight out of the gate. It's part of her kit, and I'm definitely going for Xianyun. And I wish I could go for her weapon. Her weapon, leaks that I wasn't able to avoid. Pretty good. Her weapon is yeah, pretty juicy, honestly. I wish I could get a Xianyun and a copy of her weapon. And Nahida cons. I really want Nahida constellations. But I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. Especially not with the rotten luck I got trying to get my C3 Raiden Shogun in 4.3. Used up a lot of my wishes that I saved up. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm probably gonna get like one genuine copy at C0 and nothing else. I had to pull 70 times for a copy of Benny Boy? Jeez, that's... Wait, abstract. Don't you already have a Bennett? Oh, I just remembered. It's where I got her. Verity. Hey, what's up, Bozan? How are you, man? Oh, this is not the main account. Ah, good, good. Hey,
We're waking up born of ice and
what do you think of 4.4? You excited for anything in 4.4? New region? Ah, really? Okay, okay. Me, I've like getting new regions is like a double-edged sword for me. I'm excited. I'm excited about it because like new place, and I just feel happier that this giant gap, this giant gap between Sumeru, and Liyue, Sumeru, Mondstadt, and Fontaine is like gonna slowly get filled up, and I just feel so triggered that like, look at this. We started here, we went down here, and we went down here, and I was kind of triggered by the fact that there's this giant void, and it's not like right in between two regions. And then I was like, okay, so Mario distracted me. I was like, okay, cool. Oh, giant region, nice. More of the map, nice. And then like they gave us this region over here, and I was thinking like, where's Fontaine gonna be? Is it gonna be here? And I was like, yeah, okay, sure, great. But then they started Fontaine over here through this tiny slit in the map, tiny slit, and this giant void over here. It was like, well, okay, that's. Well, okay, it's okay, I guess. New region, yeah. And then like they started to expand this way instead of this way, and now I'm sort of like really triggered that there's just this giant void in the map between previous regions. So I'm just happy that we're getting we're gonna slowly fill in this region. Hopefully. And at the same time, I'm a little anxious every time we get a new region because it means I'm gonna have to spend a lot of time exploring. And let me tell you, having 3 accounts is nice because like when there's nothing to do, like towards the end of a version update, it at least, like at least instead of playing for Genshin for 5 minutes to do my dailies and resin. At least because I have 3 accounts, I could play Genshin for 15 minutes. Right? And, like, at the very least, cool. But not as cool as when there's a lot of new content to do.
Busted. Things are about to get spicy.
This way.
Show me your Navia build if you have it in this account. No, I don't have Navia on any of my accounts. Yeah, Navia. I really wish I could have pulled on Navia because like her playstyle seems really fun. It's like really fast paced and like really quick swappy. But at the same time, it's not just like the regular quick swap that we currently have, like with Hyper Bloom, with Virgin, with Vape, etc. Right? Like it's not. It's very different. It's just raw damage, but because I knew that Raiden Shogun was coming, I needed to get Engulfing on my third account. I needed to get C3 on my main and second accounts, and I just, yeah. And then rumors about Cloud Retainer, and then I know that Chlorind is coming down the line at some point. I know, like, I don't like Skirk might come someday. So, yeah, it just wasn't in the cards. Add the skipper. I didn't need her. I wanted her, but I didn't need her. Hey, can you help me clear my abyss? Clearing my abyss, brother. Just the last floor. How can I help, man? Team suggestions? I'm happy Gaming is a 4-star, so I can get him easily. But he would be a good 5-star. Dude. Don't you dare jinx yourself before the version update comes, before 4.4 comes. Don't you dare jinx yourself, man. Anytime somebody says, "Oh, he's a 4-star, he's gonna be easy to get," dude. Dude, don't you dare jinx yourself before it actually comes, because. I mean, wait, I think it was Abstract. You saw what Abstract said, right? Abstract said took him 70 pulls to get one Bennett copy. Chlorind sus? Wait, why? What's up? What's up with Chlorind? I can give you my account and password on Discord. Clear it on stream. Oh, dude, I would rather you don't give your account to like random people on the internet. You never know who's like a weirdo, right? He's like, who knows? I might just be like, oh, hey, here's your abyss. Hey, here you go, 9-star floor 12. Congratulations. And then the next day you can't log in, or like I could play the long game and like gain your trust, and then like you get me to like clear it a few times every now and then eventually I'll just randomly like 6 months down the line, because it's been long enough, you might have given your account info to quite a few people between then and now. Like, you'd have no idea who took it. Oh, it must have been that guy. Like, you give your info to somebody else, and then it was him, right? Like, you never know. Especially because especially if you didn't set a username, because obviously if you didn't set a username for your account, obviously the username is the email, and let me tell you how bad it is to give somebody your username and password. And let me tell you like how much worse it is if giving somebody your email. Especially now, man. What happened to the internet, man? The internet used to be this cool place where everybody got a free way to communicate with everybody. And like every new thing was like exciting, and I don't know what happened to the internet, man. Now there's just ads everywhere. Websites aren't even like made properly. Like everybody keeps trying to copy the way Apple makes their website. and like it's just an awful way to design a website. Honestly, like it's so hard to get the information that you actually need. It's just I hate it. I hate what the internet's become. I mean, great that the internet infrastructure has gotten so much faster, but the fact that you can't even give your email anymore to just anybody on the internet, like anytime somebody asks for your email, your name, your phone number, you're immediately like, right? You have to doubt everybody on the internet. I hate what the internet's become. We're over Navia. That is sus. Button things. They want money. That's the problem. Yeah, that is the problem. And it's not just an internet problem, too. It is like an everything problem. Capitalism. I mean, it's not that capitalism's bad. I'm just saying that because everybody is always thinking about productivity and you should get something, you should get more in return than what you spent, right? Like making a profit. And I just hate that everything is always about that now. Everything. I mean, like, even just think about it. When YouTube was like fresh and new, right? A lot of the people who did content on YouTube were just doing it because they were passionate. And I'm not saying that getting rewarded for your efforts is bad. I'm happy that these people, a lot of the OG YouTubers from like the mid 2000s, the late 2000s, are now some of the biggest YouTubers on the platform, like the biggest people on the platform. I'm happy for them. I'm just, they did it because they were passionate about it, and they weren't doing it thinking, I'm gonna put in X amount of hours every month, every week, every day to make this amount of content so that I can make X amount of dollars. They weren't doing it for profit. People didn't make websites back then thinking, okay, this is how much my development time is going to be and how much I estimate I should get in return for how long I spend programming this website, making this website. And this is going to be my hosting costs. And okay, how many ads can I fit onto one web page here? And okay, let's go find advertisers. Let's try to find a way to fit all their ads in. And then let's see. Okay, am I making more money than I'm spending now? Okay. All right. Okay, I'm breaking even now. All right, let's put a few more ads in there. Yeah, let's put a few more ads in there. Let's put an ad right here, right above the X button for another ad, so that when they try to close this ad, they end up clicking the other ad. And okay, great. All right, that's more profit for little amount of work. Great. All right, let's go. Launch the website. What boss is this? Oh, yeah, okay. Y'all have normal names on your teams? I mean, like, I just didn't want to bother naming my teams. All this because COVID existed? I mean, yeah, like, COVID is one of it, but, like, even before COVID, I could see it very clearly happening. So... hang on, I'm trying to think of like which online content creators I was watching that were talking about this stuff already, even from like the early 2010s to the mid 2010s to the late 2010s, talking about like profit this, profit that, expense this, expense that, and nothing against them. Because obviously everybody has to eat, right? Everybody has families to feed. But I'm just saying that it already started from way back then. Where is this guy coming up? All right, there. All right, we're good. Ow! Stop! You're still damaging me somehow. You're dead. You reminded me. I have to do this boss. Too lazy though. It's alright, man. It's not, it's not the most annoying boss fight ever. I still think the Senora boss fight is the most annoying weekly boss ever. But yeah, I get you. COVID sort of just I wouldn't say made it worse. It sort of just expedited. It expedited the worse, like the next level of this, whatever this is, the world has become now, where everything is about the balance sheets. Everything is about not losing money. And best case scenario, even making a profit. And it's fine, again, like I said, it's not bad to earn a profit, especially for something that you put effort into. But if you're putting effort into everything with that in mind, and you don't do anything that doesn't earn you a profit, or at least like you don't do anything because you think, oh, there's no, I can't monetize this, right? Like there's no way I can't monetize this, or at least I can't monetize this in an efficient way, right? It just makes it so that that is now a part of what society has become. It just further shows that this is what society has become.
Solidify.
Gotcha. Things are about to get dicey. Witness the power.
For some reason, my ping shows 230, but it feels like 260. Like, switching characters feels a little more sluggish than what it feels like when my ping is at 230.
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
And you see that? There's like delays. There's a delay when I hit the enemies and when they die. And I know I have red ping, but I've been playing with red ping since forever. So I'm pretty familiar with what the delay should be and how it should feel like for different levels of red ping.
Quietly now. Rain outlines your fate. See? Ring cutter. Gotcha. Busted. Here comes the catch.
Oh. Bro knows the difference between 5 ms and 10 ms. I mean, when you're playing at such a high ping, you can certainly feel the difference. I mean, it's also weird though, like it's not even the milliseconds. It feels more like the delay. The delay feels more like it's in brackets, and it's like it feels like it's by category. Like I don't know, at least in my case, I'm almost done doing the alternator. Alternator? What's that? Oh, oh. Oh, oh. Icon just needs some color. Wait, you're seriously actually still working on that? Oh my god. But yeah, like I was saying, it feels more like it's in brackets, because right now my ping shows 230 ish, which is not the lowest it can go. The lowest my ping has ever gone is like 216, I think, somewhere around there, like around 215, 216, below 220. And if my ping is showing that and is like consistent, it's not like switching between 216, 250, 216, 230, 217, 230. If it's not switching like that, then I will know that okay, this is the best ping I'm ever gonna have, and it's consistent, and it's like gonna be a very smooth gaming experience. But if my ping is ever at two, even at my current ping now, let's say 228, 230, 235, as long as it's consistent, like it doesn't keep going up and down too drastically, like goes up to 250, goes down to 220, and then goes back to 230. As long as it's steady at 230-ish, I know that I'm also gonna have a very similar experience, if not exactly the same experience as having 218 ping. But then when my ping is at 250 and above, even if it's steady at 250 and above, I know that my experience is going to be slightly delayed switching, and it's not going to be super smooth, but at least it's going to be consistent, right? I'm not going to be all of a sudden switching super quickly, and then all of a sudden I press 3, and then thinking, okay, now is about the time when it switches, and then press Q, and then instead of bursting on the right character, the character that I'm switching to, for some reason I'm like, my current character is going through this is the wrong team, is doing their burst animation, and then gets cut off because it decides to switch to the character that I was going to switch to right in the middle of my burst animation, the burst that I didn't want to do. But yeah, at least when my ping, even if my ping is high, like 260-ish, 250, as long as it's consistent, at least I'll like get a feel for like how much of a delay I should expect. But if my ping like is anywhere from like low to high-ish, even 300, but then like it's inconsistent, that is really what I don't want. The ping that I definitely don't want, because it's not consistent, and I don't know when I should expect instant switching, or at least, you know, instant for like my ping, or whether I should expect a delay. Ow.
Insignificant pest!
I see everything.
Are you gonna wish for Nahida? And my lowest ping is better than that. I'm happy for you, man. I am on my second account. I want to get Nahida copies on all my accounts, because I do plan to at some point get Nahida to C3 across all my different accounts. As for her weapon, I'm not sure if I'll ever get the weapon. Her weapon is pretty good, but I like having the utility of sacrificial fragments, where I could, where when I cast my E, I have a chance to reset the cooldown, especially when I'm dealing with content that comes in waves, in multiple waves. Low HP enemies that come in multiple waves. Like I think the utility of sac frag is just so much. It's just so convenient.
Let's light it up.
Reality is pain!
But yeah, her 5-star weapon. What is it? 1,000 floating dreams.
Good riddance.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
World.
But I don't know if I'll ever get it. I don't know. Maybe I might someday, but certainly not anytime soon. But anyway, I'm not sure if I could even get Nahida copies on my main and third accounts, because I do want to get a Xianyun copy as well. Because on the second and main accounts, or sorry, third and main accounts, I have Deluxe there built, and I really like Diluc playstyle, and I want to be able to use Diluc, and I can't use Diluc, at least not in the current state of the game, without a consistent way to do plunge attacks, which Xianyun just so conveniently provides. My main account, I don't spend money, but I'm lucky enough to get C3 to C5 all Archons, and Nivelet, and some standard banner characters. Nice, nice. C3 to C5. Ooh. Sorry, I'm trying to think like which Archons gain a lot from getting C5. I guess Nahida, yeah. Nahida, because like it's not because Nahida, her kit and her constellations, her kit mostly is like so damage, related to damage, and at the same time it's also not just her damage, it's like the team damage, and her constellations further improve that, and that's why like her constellations are also such a big deal, because it's not just her damage that it's improving, it's also the team damage. I guess, yeah, Nahida certainly does benefit from C5. C6 though, yeah, pretty strong as well. If you're Nahida C5, then that would be awesome. Raiden Shogun C5, I don't know, I feel like her constellations, this is the wrong team, I feel like her constellations peak out at around C3. Yeah, C6 is like, yeah, sure, you get faster rotations, but like, now what? Why do I have this? Oh, cool. Raiden C3 is the best. Oh yeah, absolutely. I just got my C3 right now, and I mean not just now, but I mean when I say just, I mean like this patch, and it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm on the second account right now. This Raiden used to be just C2 since her last rerun, and I finally got her C3, and it's not a gigantic damage difference between C2 and C3, but it's also not insignificant. Like, you could actually feel it.
Torn to oblivion.
Especially because I just typically don't use my Raiden Shogun as an EM bot for Hyper Bloom. Because, I don't know, I just really like Raiden Shogun's playstyle. What the? I didn't... Okay, that was weird. For some reason, my Genshin got alt-tabbed. I didn't even press alt-tab. How many cons do you have for Nahida? No, she's just C0 across all 3 accounts. I'm definitely going for at least C2 this patch on my on this account. Because on this account, I'm on the second account right now, and I don't really care about getting a Xianyun here. And I didn't have to wish too much in the 4.3 banners, because I only needed one more copy of Raiden Shogun to get from C2 to C3. And I had quite a bit of Primos saved up from before that. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to at least get C2 Nahida. Unless if I get super unlucky, then like maybe I would get 2 standard 5 stars and one and the C1 Nahida. But unless if that happens, unless if I have rotten luck, then I'm pretty sure that I could get to C2 at least. If I get really lucky, and C3. That would be awesome. It's 3 a.m. and I'm hungry. Jeez. Dude, go to bed, man. unless if you're on like your winter holiday. I mean, I don't know where you're from, but like in China, a lot of the kids there are on their winter holiday.
Teamwork is dreamwork. You're toast. Inazuma shines eternal.
You have Nivelet? No, I skipped Nivelet. I didn't really need him. Now though, I do want Nivelet, but it's an old account. I'm on an old account, so it's a lot of I sort of have quite a wide variety of available team archetypes already to deal with different kinds of combat content. So I don't really, in quotes, I'm doing air quotes, need anything else for the account anymore because I could clear pretty much all combat content in the game already. So I don't really, again, air quotes, need anything anymore. I'm at the point where I'm waiting for certain reruns, and I'm going to pull for stuff that I want at this point. But then even amongst the stuff that I want, I have stuff that are like more of a priority for me over others. Why even go for cons? I
This
don't know.
realm is
I just want to reach the peak potential of some of my favorite characters, especially. One of them, obviously, Raiden Shogun, right? I got her C3, and I'm still planning to go for C3 Raiden Shogun on my third account as well, someday. Nahida, one of them. Who else? I'm even planning to go for Al Haytham, as long as like the banner is not in a weird spot between two characters that I also really want. Yeah, I plan on getting Al Haytham to C2 at least, maybe even C3, and his weapon. Yeah, cause like I don't know. I use Hyper Bloom very often. Like Hyper Bloom, like like the typical Nahida, Kukishinobu, Yelan Hyper Bloom. But in a lot of cases, I just don't know who to put as a fourth character. So you just always see me put Zhongli in there, and because like not because Zhongli makes it stronger, but mostly just because Zhongli makes it a lot more comfy. Because I have no idea who else to put in there anyway. And I think Al Haytham is just a really good fourth character in a Hyper Bloom team like that. He doesn't offer me comfort, but he does offer a lot more damage for that kind of team. And I guess there is a sort of comfort that he does offer in a Hyper Bloom team like that. Because Nahida's... hang on, guys. I'm just going to switch accounts. Because Nahida's off-field Dendro application only works... like it doesn't work if all the enemies that you marked died, and then a new wave of enemies come out, and you have to swap back into Nahida to mark those enemies again, and then you'll get your off-field Dendro application from Nahida again. But in some cases, you can't do that, right? So, like you want to stay on the field with whoever it is your on-field characters, and because Al Haytham is a Dendro character, it would be better if you actually swap back to Nahida, because the Nahida's personal damage is also really good. But you have the option of just staying on your Alhaitham, because he also applies Dendro, and it means that your Hyper Bloom is still gonna continue to happen. Also, it just feels so satisfying. Hang on. So, do I have Kaching here? Oh, I do. Yeah. So,
Let's go.
it just feels so satisfying. With Kaching, it's a little less satisfying because like you have to press E twice. But like with Alhaitham, you hold E, and then like with Kaching, you can't do the whole like just like hold E and then plunge. Right, like right here, right? You can't plunge with Kaching, but like with Alhaitham, hold E and then blink forward and then plunge, right? It just feels so satisfying, and because you do that, you immediately get your like 3 stacks. And it just, I don't know what it is about it. It just feels so satisfying. Plus the fact that Alhaitham's like max 3 stacks, like the normal attack, like coordinated attacks thing, they deal such good damage, especially for the amount of AoE that you're covering. Typically when you get AoE, when you're given AoE in your damage, typically you lose out on DPS because you're dealing AoE damage anyway, right? But then with Alhaitham, it doesn't feel like that. You're still doing a lot of DPS despite having a lot of AoE. Might get Nahida if I have enough pulls. Hey, I wish you luck, man. Yeah, Nahida is certainly a very valuable 5-star. It's not even just because Nahida is good, but like it's because of what she offers, which is just off-field Dendro application. And I know that a lot of other characters also offer that, but not a lot of them offer it and really good personal damage like Nahida does. Which 5-star are you gonna go for next? Main and third accounts Xianyun and Nahida constellations, if I have enough to go for constellations. Other than that, unless if they make her really bad, like Dia bad, then as long as she's a little fun to play and just not unsatisfying to play, and actually, well, at the very least decent as a 5-star, then I'm going for Chlorind. And same thing, someday in the far future, Kirk. If she ever does become playable. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be... At this point, I would be surprised if Skirk didn't become playable. Because, like, I fully thought that Cloud Retainer was just never going to become playable. And, like, every time somebody mentioned, oh, Cloud Retainer, like, I just would always laugh because thinking, like, oh, this guy's just memeing because, like, Cloud Retainer, there's no way Cloud Retainer is going to be playable. Right? She doesn't have a character model. And then when they did show us a character model of her, I think that was the first Lantern Knight, I believe.
Adventure time.
Man, I should have switched teams. I don't really like using the bursts on this team very often, because enemies often die before I refill my energy. Just like now. I'm also going to go for Neuvillette when he reruns. Neuvillette is another one of the characters that I also want to get to C3 as well, and the weapon for. So Alhaitham and Neuvillette, Nahida, weapon maybe not, but C3 definitely. Any other character that I want? Constellations on? Trying to think.
So, everybody stand back! Yeah. Let's light it up!
I can't think. I don't think I want anybody else. Oh, I guess Yoimiya. Whoa, whoa, I'm burning.
Adventure time!
Yeah, I guess Yoimiya, but like I don't really mind only having C0, but I do want Yoimiya and Thundering Pulse one day. Even I know she's here now, but obviously I don't have enough primos, especially because, you know, still a bunch of characters that I want to wish on in 4.4, which is a copy of Xianyun and maybe even her weapon as well, because like I typically actively try to avoid leaks, but you know, it's not gonna ruin my day if I see one, right? But yeah, and just leaks that I wasn't able to avoid this time. Her weapon looks pretty good. It's actually one of the better what's the word I'm looking for? Signature 5-star weapons. Yeah, amongst the support characters, because a lot of the signature 5-star weapons amongst support 5 stars just are very niche. And while this one's niche too, but it's niche in a good way, because like it actually buffs the whole team in a way, and it's pretty cool. Are you even doing reputation? It's maxed. Just Mora. It's like 150k Mora every week. It is. You get 60k from doing 3 requests and 90k from doing 3 bounties. The donut and the green Bavarian donut. Oh, dude, stop. Had 12 million Mora. Nice, nice. Yeah, at some point Mora kind of stops becoming an issue. Especially like if you aren't wasteful with your Mora
With me!
in the early days. Like if you really only focus on using it on the stuff that matters the most. And at some point Mora just sort of stops becoming an issue. Which daily is the easiest here? I guess I'll go for this one. Honestly, I might try to be... Oops! I know all of your streams if I'm not busy getting Primo Gems. It's alright, my dude. If you, if by getting Primo Gems you mean exploring, I would, unless if you just are completely against the idea, I would actually recommend just watching somebody's video. Just watch somebody's video, and follow it, like 100%ing different regions. It's been working out for me so far. And I guess I understand it does take the fun out of, in air quotes, exploring, because I'm not exploring, because I'm just following what somebody's doing. But I have 3 accounts and I have a full-time job, so I just want to get it over with. I always hated Mondstadt bounties. Mondstadt and Liyue, right? Because you have to look for the, like, what, 3... Was it clues? What were they called? I forgot. Mondstadt and Liyue. Inazuma? Yeah, Inazuma certainly was the first region that that made me excited about bounties. especially in Mondstadt, because like there was, especially in Mondstadt, so the bounty here and here, because like the bounty here, like sometimes the clues would be up here, and there's no way to go up there and other than like teleport here, walk around here, walk up that giant hill. But then like in the end, the bounty is right there, right next to the teleporter, and I just hate it. It's just awful. And the same thing over here in Bright Crown Canyon. Sometimes the bounty's like somewhere here, or sorry, the clues are somewhere here, and then at some point the bounty is actually somewhere here. It's or vice versa. It's really annoying. Hello, hey, what's up, Taz? How you doing, man? My fontaine's almost 100% everywhere. Oh, that's a good thing, right?
Everyone hold hands.
I'm actually quite happy at how they at how they released Fontaine. Like it's not like in Sumeru they released like they did Timegate releasing like the whole region, right? Like they did like a few regions each time. In Sumeru they released like the jungle region, all of it at the same time, and then they released the desert in portions, which was I believe it was these three, and then this, and then these two last. But because like when Sumeru came out, so obviously Archon quests, Archon story quests, a lot of story quests at the time, as well as all that exploration and the longest world quest in Genshin ever. I don't think any world quest in Genshin has ever come close to how long the Aranara quest chain is. It's insane. Story is great though. Story is great, but it's just insanely long. Like I just don't know how anyone would ever sit through that and actually read through all the dialogue and pay attention to the whole story. I completed R&R World Quest before the Sumeru Archon Quest. I think that would have been like the way to go, because the R&R quest chain, it unlocks quite a lot of the map, like especially like the blacked out parts, right? It unlocks a lot of the blacked out parts. I forgot the name of the two places, Vanarana and Old Vanarana, I believe is what they're called. And just having all and other than that, like there's also it also unlocks like some other world quests, like the one that goes under that mountain, with the ruin golem, and it just feels a lot nicer to go about your Archon quest, your main story quest, while there are no more obstacles. Like there are no more parts of the map that you can't go into or go through.
Solidify.
Witness the power.
Stabilize.
Time to know my soul. Body enough. Quietly now.
Okay.
Gather.
Let me read your breath.
Alright, let's see if we could do it without having to do the second phase. Come on! Oh, man. Okay.
Solidify.
Gonna have to go do the second phase. Oh! Wait! I guess I won't have to. Nice. I did pay attention to all the dialogue. Oh my god. But it's not voiced though. Like you have to read all of it. But again, yeah, it was a really nice story. If I only had the time, like if I was like back in college or high school, honestly, I don't think I would have minded. Like I would have actually enjoyed reading through everything. Oh, forgot this one. Haven't done the R&R quest on my main. You certainly have to, man. It unlocks so much of the map. I sort of just gave up on exploration of Sumeru because like there was just so much of the map that was just locked behind really long world quests. So R&R quest chain, obviously I'm definitely gonna do that. It just feels like one of the world quests that are like sort of mandatory to do in each region. Like I believe there were 2 big world quests for this region. And in like the jungle part, it was the R&R quest chain. In the desert part, it was like the quest chain to go underground here. Just feels like in each respective region, there's like a big world quest, at least one. Sometimes more than one world quests that are sort of obligatory. It's not required, but it feels like they're obligatory. And R&R quest chain was just one of those. And yeah, reason why on none of my accounts have 100% on any part of Sumeru except for my main account, Lost Nursery. Because it is such a small region, it's so easy to 100%. So I just did it there on the main account, and I never did it again on any of my other accounts. But there's just so much stuff that you have to unlock first. Like so many underground parts, so many hidden parts of the map that you have to unlock first with a really long world quest, such as underground under this mountain, really deep under the mountain is a lot more stuff, including like the draining the water from like wherever this is, at least nearby this, as well as a pretty cool ish boss-ish fight, I guess, at the end. It was pretty cool, but then like it was so long. It's also like some of it's like time gated where you have to come back tomorrow, like in real time. What else was it? A lot of dendroculi. Yeah, a lot of dendroculi as well that are locked inside, like, I don't know, locked behind like vines that will only open after you do a certain world quest or after you explore a certain hidden part of the map. I hated it. I hated that it took so much effort. Like you had to literally do everything to be able to experience to be able to get a chance to 100% the region. And I just didn't like it. Fate is upon you. There are 3 quest chains: Arnara, Pari, and King Deseret. Which one is Pari? Was Pari like the one here? I don't remember. I remember King Deseret was like here and here. Oh no. I remember like King Deseret was like 2 parts here. One was like to go under here, and like another one. Well, I don't know if that was King Deseret honestly, but I know that the one over here was King Deseret because it has something to do with like the something slumber. Sorry, oh, the Surush thing. Okay, yeah. So that was definitely here. Yeah, I actually really liked. Not the quest itself, but like I really liked the way that they implemented the Surush, like the world quest over here, the main world quest over here, because it seemed it was very similar to how they did it in Fontaine, where the world quest itself would lead you to a big majority of a lot of the content in the given region of where the world quest is for. And it sort of allowed you to do your world quest and tackle like two things at once, which is help out with exploration, as well as like you being able to finish the main world quest in that region. I sent the photo in Discord and tagged you. Wow, you've actually been working on it. Jeez. I'll take a look at it in a moment, Shinrin. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. The Golden Slumber and the Dirge of Bilchis. Am I even reading that correctly? Bilchis. Okay, that's all the bounties. All right. Okay, just gotta do 2 world bosses now.
Add Ast.
It's pronounced like Bilkis. Wait. Yeah, Bilkis. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for completing today's.
When's 4.4 gonna release? I guess it depends on where you are. Depends on your time zone. In my case, that would be tomorrow. Yes. For people in the West, that would be a little bit after tomorrow. Oh wait, hang on. Oh no, yeah, it actually is still tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Even the banners, yes, because it's a version update. It all happens at the same time for everybody. This like regardless of what server you're on. For 2 days? Wait, how is it 2 days? Because like me right now, I'm in Asia, and it's now like early morning of Tuesday. And of course the maintenance starts at like 4 a.m. for me. Yeah, 4 a.m. on Wednesday. So technically, yes, tomorrow.
Solidify.
Rain outlines your. Here comes the catch. Gotcha. Let me read you a verse.
Gather.
Where exactly you live? Philippines, man. I'm on the Hong Kong time zone.
Quiet now.
GMT plus 8.
Rain outlines your fate.
Solidify.
Ring cutter. Gotcha. Here comes the catch. No, my sword.
On holiday in Australia. And right now I'm using Australian time for now. Basically 2 days. The Australian time. I think Australia is only an hour ahead of the Philippines, which means the update is it's also for you. It's also tomorrow.
Let me lead you. You're about to get dicey. Rain outlines your fate.
Because if we count the number of hours before the update, before the maintenance break happens, that would be, let's see, 24, 25, 26, around 26 hours from now. Regardless of your time zone, it's like 26 hours and 11 minutes from now. Is the 4.4 is the maintenance, the server maintenance will begin. Like every before the update is always the maintenance anyway, right? Yes, that is correct. Oh, also, don't forget to claim your they always give Primo Gems after a maintenance break. So yeah, don't forget to check your mail after the maintenance break.
Bow before me.
How's everyone
worm.
doing so far? No? I mean, IRL, me busy.
Solidify.
It is
everything.
winter vacation
Let's light it up.
for a lot of students in China. So I've been busy, and I'm going to be a lot busier
The agenda?
over the next few
Sure.
weeks. Yeah. How's everybody been? How about you, Elijah? Man, it's getting pretty late.
Neons, mine to dominate.
Let's go. I'll be back later. Alright, man. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. Hitanj? I'm so sorry if I butchered your name, man. Hitanj Chauhan. Chauhan?
Burn to oblivion.
Let's light it up. Off we go.
Kneel.
Stabilize.
Alright, even the professor can't spell it. Thanks for understanding, man.
Gather.
Reality is pain.
Speaking of a professor not being able to spell it, I wonder how, like, you know, Elon Musk has kids, right? And I think most people know about like the weird names he gave his kids. So I wonder how that's gonna work in school.
Cruel world.
Still so excited for Lantern Rite Festival soon, since it will be my first, and I've
Stabilize.
been good so far, by the way, RJ. Hey, glad to hear that, man. Lantern Rite is essentially just another version update, but just with a lot more rewards than usual. Plus the fact that you are able to choose a 4-star from Leeway. And for a lot of new players, that's an amazing thing, because a lot of new players don't have Xingqiu yet, and just having Xingqiu on an account just instantly puts it into mid-game, especially if you have characters, other characters that are
Destined for more.
like part of some of the many, really many, what's it called, mainstream teams that go together with Xingqiu or need Xingqiu to become a mainstream team. Created a Honkai account to claim Dr. Ratio. Oh my god. You know, I mean, I guess I gotta be honest though. It's, yeah, I cannot say that that thought has not crossed my mind. Just creating a Star Rail account just to claim the free 5-star. But then I ultimately decided, nah, too much work. Means I gotta install an entirely new game on my PC, and I'd rather not. Anyway, I'm sure you guys already saw. I opened this earlier to get rid of the red dot thing. Yeah. Earlier today, Genshin. Well, it released in the in-game. What is this, like, news thing? As well as it was also tweeted on the official Genshin Impact Twitter page / X page. Yeah, 4.4 first half banners are out. We know who the 4-stars are now. We know what the 4-star weapons are gonna be, and we know what her what Xianyun's signature 5-star is gonna be called. That looks pretty cool, actually. It's a fan. So if I plan to play Honkai later, I have a good 5-star. Yep, honestly, I like, for anybody who thinks that they have a chance of, like, just becoming interested in playing Star Rail later on, I think that's a good idea to just make your Star Rail account, just claim your Dr. Ratio, and that's it. Installed it, claimed it, and just uninstalled the game. He named them like they're asteroids or something. Wait, who? Named what? Only social media I use is WhatsApp, YouTube, or Hoya Lab. Hoya Lab, wow. He named them like they're asteroids or something. Oh, Elon Musk and his kids. Yeah, you're right. He did name them like asteroids. That is true. Like, he gave them codes. He gave them code names. And, like, just so happens that those code names turned out to be also their real names, their legal names. The Xiaomians are winning with this banner. Xianyun and Farzan, both good for him. That is true. And well, I mean, like, there's, why wouldn't they? Xiao is literally rerunning right after Xianyun's and Nahida's banner. So, yeah, why wouldn't they? It's like it's very obvious. Xianyun, Gaming. The two new characters we're getting soon. That's Nahida, Xiao, and Yai. Are getting their reruns this week too, right? Not not this week, but this update, yes. What are you gonna choose? For the 4-star? Are you asking about, like, the 4-star selector, Shadow? 5-star? On my main and third accounts, I'm going to get at least one copy of Xianyun, and I'm gonna try to go for the weapon, because, like, the weapon apparently is pretty good, actually. Pretty good, especially amongst the signature 5-stars of support 5-stars. Like, yeah, it's pretty good. But then, like, after that, I would really rather get Nahida Constellations, because I do want to get Nahida to C3. across all my accounts. At least someday. If not this time, then someday at least. Well, anyway, 4 stars seem well. Farzan, very niche 4 star. I cannot say that she's bad because she's actually pretty good in her niche, right? Like which is animo buffing. She's a 4 star. She's a niche 4 star that buffs a certain thing. And she's pretty good at it, but just like most of the other 4 stars that are like designed that way, they gain a lot of value at C6. And unless if you're planning to spend a lot of wishes on this banner, like you plan on getting like your Xianyun and you don't have a Nahida yet, so you want to get a copy of Nahida, and you're like, oh, okay, well I got Nahida and Xianyun now at C0, but I don't have C6 Farzan just yet, and like you don't mind wishing a couple more times and get the chance to get another Nahida copy. Like if you're somebody who doesn't mind that or who actually prefers that, then yeah, this would be like a really good banner for you to pull on. But then like again with Farzan, you sort of who would you pair with Farzan? I guess there are at least two. Like she's not like a Kujo Sara where it's literally only Raiden Shogun that everybody wants to pair with her and nobody else. At least with Farzan, you have Xiao and you have Wanderer, right? So at least two DPSs that Farzan can support that have quite different play styles. So at least if you don't like one, then there's a chance that you might like the other. Noelle, honestly, I'm not even sure why she's in there. Oh, you know what? I think Noelle might have been put in there because Noelle got a pretty significant indirect buff from Farina's release, and I think Noelle might be in there just to make those players who went for Farina feel better, especially the players who are new-ish and have young accounts and don't have a C6 Noelle just yet. Yeah, like because yeah, Noelle sort of really fits very well along with Farina. She heals, she's a good DPS, and one of the DPSs that gets a lot of attack on their own, or that can easily get attack buffs, but doesn't have a lot of ways to get a damage percent buff. By the way, what are your two teams for Abyss? Most of the time, it's some variation of National, and the other one is usually Hyper Bloom. For another dragon character? Pretty soon, my friend. Pretty soon. Pretty soon. Yeah, it's bound to happen. We're going to Natlan. Natlan, Land of Dragons. Pretty sure we're gonna have that. What is your fave 5 star? I have different favorite 5 stars, man. For different reasons. Yeah, Miko is my favorite, like just character wise. And like by how nice they are. I think Nilu might be my favorite 5 star by like how nice she is, like, and just how like innocent she is. Like despite I know that there's Klee's literally a child. Nahida, while it is a child from like a god's perspective, is like already like super wise and stuff. But like Nilu just seems like airhead slash really innocent, and like I like that about her. Combat wise, I think that would be Raiden Shogun and or Nahida, but then like Nahida's not like the combat one. Like she's more like a buffer that just so happens to also deal a lot of personal damage. But yeah, I got a lot of fave 5 stars for different reasons. Everyone gotta go. They will start playing without me. Oh, all right. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us, Hitanj, Chao Han. Yeah, good luck, man. Wish you luck. Love your video. Hey, sorry, Marilyn Flores. Which video? I haven't uploaded one in quite a while, but hey, I appreciate it, man. Do you have Raiden? Yeah, I do. I guess we should talk about the weapon banner as well, like, cause the weapon banner, while, so yeah, it has a lot of like, is this all? Yeah, it is actually all the sacrificial weapons, cause like, the only sacrificial weapon we don't have of a sacrificial of is polearm, and yeah, this is like all sacrificial weapons, and then lithic spear. I guess the weapon banner is not that bad because like if we, hang on, let's see, maybe I can Google what the lamp does. What is it called? 1,000 floating dreams. I don't remember exactly what it does, like its passive. I know that it's a low base attack, really high secondary stat weapon, and secondary stat is EM, which means it's gonna give a lot of EM. 265 at level 90. Passive is party members other than the equipment character will provide the equipment character with buffs based on whether their elemental type is the same as the latter or not. Elemental types are the same. Increases elemental mastery if not. Increases equipment character's damage bonus from their electoral type. So it's kind of similar to Gilded Dreams, I believe. Yeah, Gilded Dreams. Yeah, it's very similar to the 4-piece of Gilded Dreams. Do you have Xiao? No, I don't have Xiao Shadow. I'm not very interested in his playstyle. Okay, be right back. Alright. Kabukizuchi. Sacrificial forearm has already been sacrificed to the gods and no longer exists. That's why. I've always been wondering about that. Like, what was the thought process? Oh, this is not wrong place. What was the thought process with, like, why polearm is the only weapon type that doesn't have a sacrificial weapon? But then the other, like, similar lineup of weapons to sacrificial is Favonius. And I'm wondering why they decided to have Favonius all the weapons. Got a question for you. How good is Xiao and Miko? That's I could just give you like a straightforward answer and tell you what they are. And yeah, to explain it, to also show that it's very hard to compare the two because the two of them are very different. Like, they do very different things. Xiao is an on-field damage dealer, and he has 0 off-field damage. Which means when you use Xiao, you're gonna have to make a team around supporting him, like decreasing enemy resistance, increasing Xiao's damage, etc., etc. Whereas Miko is an off-field character. You can use her on the field if you really want to, but she's very much an off-field character. Man, I dozed off. Oh man, it's getting quite late. But yeah, Yamiko is a very off-field character, and you again, like I said, you can use her on-field, but it's not very optimal. And while despite being an off-field character, Yamiko does demand quite a lot of on-field time to like put her turrets down, use the burst, put the turrets down again. But she's an off-field character still. So it's very hard to compare the two to say which one's stronger. Because Shangling exists and Tefat can't handle two Guobas on the field. Xiao has emotional damage though. That's a plus. Oh no. What is your level? I'm AR 60, man. I've been AR 60 for quite a while at this point. Don't forget my drawing, RJ. Yeah. I definitely will, man. I'm so sorry, Shannon. I might have to like take a look at it tomorrow because I'm just way too tired. I've been for like the past half hour now responding to your guys' messages. I've been like dozing in and out. Like to the point where I can't even. It's so late that I can't even play a game of StarCraft anymore. Just against AI after this before bed. But yeah, man, like these banners, like honestly, if you so Gaming is a DPS, right? And he's, at least from what I've heard, he seems to be a pretty decent DPS. Like, he's definitely a DPS that you can use in the end game. Like, once your account has like really good artifacts available to it. Obviously he's a 4-star. He has 4-star stats, 4-star base stats, 4-star multipliers, and he's going to be like a lot of 4-stars, whether support or DPS. A lot of his potential is going to be locked behind constellations, most likely. So if you ever plan on like using Gaming because you like his playstyle, you like his animation, whatever you like about him, and especially if you see yourself using like a Xiao or or a Wanderer anytime in the future, if you ever see yourself ever playing Xiao or Wander in the future, then this is not a bad banner to wish on. Because, like, yeah, Xianyun, right? Plunge attack buffer, Farzan Animo buffer, both in the same banner. Whether you wish on this banner or in this banner, you can't lose. Except for if you see yourself not really caring to use Gaming, or if you see yourself never ever using Xiao or let's see, Xiao or Wander. Bro, Gaming's a girl? Gaming's a girl? No, pretty sure he's a guy, right? Will you be streaming when the Xianyun banner is up? I definitely will. And I think I've made up my mind. I think I am definitely gonna go for at least a Xianyun copy. Again, I'm gonna try to get a weapon as well, but I have my doubts. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get the weapon. But yeah, so which means I might do some wishes when on day one. Gaming is a guy. Gonna try to get Xianyun and Gaming on version 4.4 happens. Oh, nice. Nice. Wish you luck, man. Wish you luck, Elijah. Question, by the way. Who who do you plan to support with Xianyun? And I know, because she buffs plunge attacks and she enables plunge attacks. So you could sort of use almost anyone with her, really. Um, but like, who do you plan to use with Xianyun, Elijah? The Gaming theories. Oh my god. I'll make Xianyun the main DPS. um, from what I've heard, apparently C6 Xianyun can be a decent DPS. But I guess what was it? Like, apparently one of her constellations gives her E an extra charge. So like, I don't know if you want to do that. Yeah, anyway, I guess I, like, for some reason I completely forgot to, like, finish talking about the weapon manners. So like, sacrificial weapons are pretty good overall. I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with the sacrificial sword because it is one of the most common, like, default weapons that people, sorry, it's not a default weapon, but like one of the most common 4 stars that people default to on their Xingqiu, no matter what anybody says. Sacrificial bow used to be, actually still is, quite useful, but it used to be a lot more useful, especially back then when Diona used to be a lot more prevalent in the game. Used to be a lot more used in a lot more current teams, but nowadays not a lot of teams really care about using Diona anymore. But sacrificial bow is still pretty decent. Like, if you're running like an Ito team with your Goro. As for the other sacrificial weapons, sac frag is, it's okay. It's a decent option on Nahida because, like, again, if you're fighting low HP multi wave content, it at least enables you to, like, okay, mark everybody, and then you get the sac frag proc, and then your skill is off cooldown, and then because Nahida's personal damage is so strong, everything just dies after the Seeds of Skanda proc happens. Like, boop, and then next wave happens. And because your skill is still on cooldown, you're gonna have to wait like a few seconds for your skill to come off cooldown, or you just, rely on the Sakurag proc, and then, like, now you can mark all those new enemies again. Sac Greatsword is, like, again, all sacrificial weapons do essentially the same thing. Sac Greatsword is just not as valuable as Sac Sword, mostly because um of the available characters that want or can use Sac Greatsword just are not that great. So it's that limits how good Sac Greatsword can be, just because of the available characters that can use it and, like, become good using it. Triple for Xianyun or wait for Kazuha? Honestly, it depends, man. Like, it really, really depends. Like, who do you plan to run with Xianyun? And if Kazuha, then who are you planning to run with Kazuha? Nutsack Spearman. Oh, jeez. Kami's too good to be a 4-star. I don't know about his numbers, but apparently he's pretty good. At least according to what I heard, he's especially at C6. He's like easily better than a C0 Diluc. Yeah, Azka, who do you plan on running with your Xianyun? Also, hello Spartan. Haven't seen you in a while, man. How have you been? How's college? Maybe I'll support my Xianyun with Xion, my female traveler, or the Wanderer, or Nilu. Xianyun. Wanderer, Nilu. I guess Wanderer? Like, hang on, let me think. How does that work? When you, uh, let's see. Can you plunge when you're floating with Wanderer? Can you do a plunge attack? I don't think so. Um, but yeah, like I don't know. Like among those three characters, I don't really think a lot of those characters like go really well with with what Xianyun offers. Doing all right. You keep streaming at the wrong time for me. It's hard to get up for streams at 6 a.m. I'm so sorry, man. Honestly, like I'm actually right about to leave. I just did all my weeklies and dailies, and I'm just like taking a look at the banners and like giving my thoughts on it. Yeah, pretty good set of banners. There are like there are like a specific set of people out there who want slash don't want specific things. Like for example, if you never see yourself ever using a Xiao or a Farzan, or sorry, not Farzan, a Xiao or a Wander, then like wishing on this or this banner might feel a little less good than it would otherwise. But as long as like you know that you are going to be using a character that benefits a lot from having a Xianyun, getting a Nahida is never a bad thing. Whether it's your first copy, whether it's a constellation, especially like from C1 to C3, is just never a bad thing. And Nahida just enables so many different, like basically a big majority of the good Dendro teams is sort of locked behind Nahida. Or probably Kaza or Jean. If I have one, then I support Janya. If I have one of them, support Janya and RJ. Kazuha or Jean. Yeah, because what Xianyun does, at least according to what I heard, is it allows you to like jump higher than normal, which means you can spam plunge attacks. And Xianyun also buffs plunge attacks. So, oh wait, I just realized. Wait, I wonder, how about like some DPS catalyst users? I heard that Risley is going to really like Xianyun, like at least her kit, right? Because he's a 5-star, right? He's a DPS, and he's a catalyst user, which means he already does the type of damage that you want him to do, which in his case is cryo, and he's not locked behind using a skill or a burst to get like an infusion to do the right element of damage that you want him to do. And in Risley's case, like that means you could just spam your plunge attacks because he's a catalyst user, he's always going to be doing cryo. So I think that's great. Saving for Button Girl. All good. Glad to hear that, man. Glad to hear that. Um, but yeah, still saving for Button Girl. Definitely, definitely. Chiori next match, hoping for a good Geo. Oh yeah, that's right. Speaking of Chiori, you're right. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, Shinrin. Yeah, um, apparently,
Should we really be off
we
this early? There is
just
still a
got
lot
her
left to
drip
do.
marketing. Very unusual of Koyo to drop drip marketing of only one character, by the way. Like, if you know, I don't think they've ever done that before. At least not as far as I remember. Every time they drop drip marketing, it's always been of two characters. And I don't know. I think this might be a first time. I honestly like. I'm just a little bit disappointed that she wields two swords. I mean, she looks cool, but like for some reason when I saw her design for the first time, I was immediately like getting like samurai vibes from her, that she would be very similar to like she'd be very similar to like an Ayaka. Ayaka fell in a puddle because she's brown. That's funny. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. Yeah. I guess because she's dual wielding them, I'm assuming these swords are not samurai. I guess. I don't know anything about swords, but I don't think like it's proper form to dual wield samurai. I mean, like, I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, here are the banners again. Weapon banners as well. I guess I didn't really talk about Lithic Spear at all. Lithic Spear essentially gives you more attack the more leeway characters are on your team. So it's a little awkward to use sometimes because like it means like you want more attack, use more leeway characters. Imagine her swords to look like scissors because she's a seamstress. Oh, that's that's fascinating thought you have there. That's cool. That's actually a pretty fascinating thought. Like, I get, yeah, that would be cool if she had some sort of animation that made it so that she would put her swords together and make it into scissors. Um, well, I kind of wanted to talk about Gaming's kit. They released like some GIFs and a little bit of an explanation about them of Gaming's skill and burst, but I don't think I have it in me anymore. I've been dozing off for like the past hour or so. But yeah, anyway, we got Chiori drip marketing, banner info just dropped. Oh, by the way, pre-installation is now available, guys. So if you have the storage for it, I would recommend you do your pre-installation thing already. I've already done it on my PC, on my desktop, on my laptop. I'm gonna do it on my wife's phone here right before bed. If I don't fall asleep before then. But yeah. Anyway, I guess that's gonna be it. Yeah, I wish there really was other stuff to talk about because like it's at the end of a version update and there's really nothing else to do. Well, anyway, so yeah, for those of you who need help building your characters, accounts, making a decision which banners to pull for, feel free to join our Discord server. Links are in the description of all my videos, VODs, and streams, and the pinned message on the YouTube chat. You can pin me over there. My name is Elvis Einstein. You can ask for my opinion. I'd ask for other people's opinion on our Discord server. Yep. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming by, hanging out, and being awesome people. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, and take care, everybody. Bye, guys. Yeah, thank you so much for coming by and hanging out. You guys are cool and awesome. And I wish you all a good day, night, or afternoon. And I guess I'll see you guys in 20... Let me see. 25? Yeah, 25 and a half hours from now. Well, I mean, plus the... however many hours the maintenance break is. But yeah. Anyway, see you guys. Take care. Bye.